A new Uncle Howdy QR code dropped tonight on SmackDown. You might not have seen it yet, but it has happened. And, well, it's the second time a QR code has played during the intro of the Grayson Waller effect. No idea if that's relevant, but it's always worth to remember. This code, though, would lead people straight back to the countdown clock. But don't worry, there's a lot more to it than what we initially see. I think initially social media went, wait, is that it? No, WWE trying to trick you a little bit, making you think, oh, okay, they're just playing the countdown clock again, but something was added. Once again, at the very top of the page, you have the Nightbird logo, and again, if you click it, it takes you to the journal, where at the bottom you can see a recycle bin has been added. Once you click it, you get asked for a password, and, well, the hint was you're welcome, the password is thank you. This is what pops up, and you can see here you get all these different letters and a number at the bottom, and of course this will take you to 6 different results. Now you may notice with this is the very first URL of the QR codes that we got, and we believed at the time it was a reference to the people in the faction. U for Uncle Howdy, E for Eric Rowan, D for Dexter Lumis, N for Nikki Cross, J for Joe Gacy, 5. But then obviously the 2 that are missing are the 1 and the A, because we believe you add 1 later on to get 6, and that one is the A, Alexa Bliss, later. This is the image behind you, which we believe to be Uncle Howdy. Now you can see this is all the stuff that relates to Uncle Howdy, so that kind of makes sense. It's the stuff like the Twitch one we saw before, the broken circle. Do you want to meet them? These are the notes Uncle Howdy's given us. Then we have E, which we believe relates to Eric Rowan. Is this a tease for Eric Rowan's potential mask, a wolf? Obviously, Eric Rowan used to be a sheep's mask, so that would be interesting. It also says help over the top of it. D for Dexter Lumis is interesting. Look at that. That picture at the top, could that be like a Mercy the Buzzard kind of thing? It kind of looks like that. There's also these images at the bottom as well. Not sure exactly what that one's meant to be. We get this one, though, for N. Now, that's got to be the Veiled Bride, doesn't it? Nikki Cross, perhaps. Then there's a photo of the white rabbit with what looks to be an arrow pointing at it. Now, why is this framed? Does this say that Uncle Howdy sees the white rabbit as perfect and he wants to keep it safe? Does it mean something to Uncle Howdy? That's why it's framed, so it can't do it. You can see the reflection from the glass over it. So he is keeping this pristine. For J, which we believe is Joe Gacy, we come back to this photo again. Now, I don't know what that is, but let me know what your thoughts are for this one in the comment section down below. You can see it's got like ears and stuff, maybe a pig. And for the 5, we get a new image on top, and this one says 6/17/24. You will behold what we have become. No crypticness, no countdown. That's the date of Monday Night Raw. Because we know when this countdown ticks down to 0, that's it. Monday Night Raw begins, and we're hoping a massacre will follow. Now, obviously, we did do a video yesterday on the channel, an Uncle Howdy faction update. News come out from PW Insider that these faction members are actively recording vignettes ahead of their return to WWE. Obviously, click that video, go and watch it for more details, but that's interesting and worth noting too. What I love most about this QR code tonight was the first QR code being referenced in one of the final QR codes. We don't even know if we're going to get one tomorrow night. We assume we're going to. We'll have to wait and see. But the fact they've done this, it's a full circle moment, isn't it? And what was Bray Wyatt all about? Life is a circle, and you go where the circle takes you. Shout out to Specs on this one, though, because this is interesting. When the QR code popped up on SmackDown, this is part of the background, and you can see the actual countdown clock is 24 hours, like, in the future. So tomorrow. So is something big going to happen at Clash at the Castle? Time will tell. This is things you might have missed from WWE Smackdown in Glasgow. Make sure you hit the like button, and if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button too. Earlier on today, WWE had the kickoff for Clash at the Castle, where you may have seen Cody Rhodes crowd surfing. Yep, that happened. But there was some interesting news. The first question Michael Cole asked AJ Styles was about the TNA WWE relationship. I mean, the fact that they're acknowledging it like that, something's got to be brewing for AJ and TNA, hasn't it? Drew McIntyre would quote the lyrics of Broken Dreams to Damian Priest. Now, everyone's speculating Whether Drew will make his entrance at Clash at the Castle to Broken Dreams, we have to wait and see. But for me, the standout of the kickoff was Piper Niven. Obviously, Piper from Scotland got a massive ovation, and she told the world that she is one of the best wrestlers in WWE's women's division, and she's going to make the world remember it tomorrow at Clash at the Castle. And you know what? Fair play to Piper. She needed a reason why she was facing Bayley. It now sounds like she went out and took this opportunity, knowing it was in Scotland. Fair play. Now, SmackDown was broadcast live tonight for most of the world. I know it wasn't for North America, though. So if you haven't seen the show yet and you don't want the spoilers, click off the video now, because we're about to talk about what went down on SmackDown. Cody and AJ Styles would come face-to-face tonight ahead of Saturday in their I Quit match for the WWE title. AJ would say that Cody Rhodes is a natural quitter. He quit WWE, New Japan, Ring of Honor. The only company he didn't name was AEW, but he alluded to it by saying the company you started. Cody would fire back saying AJ Styles, he quit on himself. That's why he had to be Mark Henry for the night. Oh, the crowd for this segment was just red hot. Crowd the entire night was just red hot in Scotland. With a major assist from Bayley from stopping Chelsea Green from cheating, Naomi would pick up the win over Chelsea tonight. Now, what does that mean for Piper Niven's chances tomorrow? Do you know what? I kind of feel like Bayley's not going to lose, but I really want Piper to win in Scotland. After Santos, Escobar and Legado attacked Apollo last week, Nick Aldis would issue a fine to Legado. Obviously, he didn't care which one paid them, but it would be Escobar versus Apollo, with Escobar picking up the win tonight. But interestingly, Baron Corbin would come out to help Apollo Crews. Are we going to see a Baron Corbin, Apollo Crews tag team? I mean, Bron Breakker and Corbin wasn't something I was interested in, and it worked. Maybe Apollo and Baron would. I don't know. We'll see. LA Knight was in the pool of Logan Paul. Literally, he flew all the way to Logan Paul's home to get in his pool and then just leave when Logan arrived back home. But this was obviously to send SmackDown to Logan Paul, as he basically said, next week I'll see you in Chicago and you better bring that US title with you. Carmelo Hayes made fun of this in the audience during the show tonight and obviously would declare himself, well, shoot his shot at least, that he wants to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. The Waller Effect would have special guest DIY, and this was interesting because Johnny Gargano was trying to talk sense to Austin Theory, trying to basically say how Grayson Waller's using him, he pulled him in the way, etc. And Grayson did the same thing tonight. Are they really going to split A-Town Down Under? The Bloodline attacked the Street Profits, meaning Kevin Owens was alone, so Nick Aldis would ban Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa from ringside. Paul Heyman said if you lose, you're going to lose your leadership too. Solo Sikoa said, if I lose, I'm coming after you, Paul. Well, Kevin Owens and Solo would main event. I'm very surprised they didn't just add this to Clash, because this is a match I think was pay-per-view worthy, but I'm not going to complain. It was tonight on SmackDown. And you can see every time Kevin Owens got a near fall, look at Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman in the background was absolutely pooping himself. Paul Heyman would save Solo Sikoa and himself, but he'd poop himself later on when Kevin Owens would retaliate, but Solo therefore would take advantage and get the win tonight over Kevin Owens. Paul Heyman did his job like Solo wanted. The Bloodline would attack KO, but it would be Randy Orton making his return, saving Kevin Owens. Kevin has another ally. That's cool to see. Very decent SmackDown, obviously building up to Clash at the Castle. Obviously the Uncle Howdy stuff's building up to Monday Night Raw. Potentially something tomorrow night too. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. But for me, this show, very solid 7 out of 10. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace!